Very good everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us back to the TFDI MD-11F, so the freighter variant of the MD-11. Really nice and old school type of aircraft. It's hardly being flown in the world. It is still being flown, but I think it's probably only by some cargo operators. And we'll be doing a short flight, 1 hour and 23 minutes of flight time from France to the United Kingdom. We'll be flying from Lyon in France to London Stansted, the United Kingdom. We're using real-world time and real-world weather, the Airsoft Simple Traffic tool. And I think I just found out that EGSS is not really going to help us for today's flight. It is loaded, but we're not going to be using that. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it, so let's just get in there. Let's get this thing up into the sky. Let's get the overlay up. I mean, this is just such a cool aircraft, man. Let me just quickly change the camera speed, so it's not shooting around that fast. Such a beautiful aircraft. When it comes to like a visual model, I think this probably is my favorite. It's just because it's just such a cool aircraft to look at, you know what I mean. Alright man, so let's hop on in. We can look at it later during the flight as well. Right, let's import our flight plan. So airtime 1 hour 23 minutes from Lyon to Stansted. We got the MD-11F, we have our callsign here, FedEx 812. We got all our fuel numbers and everything, and payload. We'll have a look at all of that later. Now, I'm not sure, don't think this one has a built-in taxi kind of thing. No, at least connect the GPU. And let's also set the wheel chocks now that we're in here. What do you think? So taxiing, I will probably be using the pushback helper. That's a free add-on that I once downloaded from flightsim.to. Alright, so yeah, we don't have any passengers or anything. We'll just set the cargo at some point. We're carrying about 80,000 kilograms or something with us today. Right, so let's see how this went again. Start by turning on the batteries. We have external power available. Let's turn that on. Now we'll ahead, we'll align the navigation. In terms of lights, let's see, what do we have? We got the logo lights and some nav lights for now. Let's get some overhead lights, and I think these are for the panel in front of us. Alright. So we got the flight plan in here. But we'll probably also be using, I don't think I loaded it from, okay, so I'm not very prepared today. But not to worry. The captain is in control. So this should be our flight. Let's check out OFP through here then. Cost index 193. Flight level 300. Fuel 23.2 on the block fuel. Then we got 8.3 on the final reserves. Departing runway 17 right. We got the BUSIL 8 Sierra departure. And then we'll arrive with the BANVA 1 Lima arrival for runway 22. We'll return to this later. Let's set up our FMC. Active database 7, that's correct. So flight plan needed. I believe we can just send it straight from here. Yeah, send flight plan to FMC. we're not putting in any alternate or anything, so our call sign, or flight number actually, FedEx 812. That's initialized ILS. Cruising levels. Let's see our OFP. The flight level 300. And don't think that's going up. Okay. So we can just safely enter flight level 300. And the cost index, I believe, was 193. 193. 193. We'll put that in the cost index. Temperature, wind. Let's check which one they need again. I think that would be the average wind component and the average ISA. So that would be what's the order? Temperature plus wind. So temperature will be plus 10 and wind minus 30. Plus 10, not sure if it actually has to be plus. Minus 30, I can imagine that would be appreciated. And it doesn't like it. So 10. Oh, get back. Yeah, plus 10. And minus 30. There you go, so we have a headwind of 30 knots. And I think that's it for here. Then we got the weight units, so let's have a look at that as well. So how does this work again? Let's go payload, we'll set the payload. So we are all of a sudden carrying all that weight with us. Then we go dispatch, set payload and fuel. We got our block fuel 23.2, and that seems to make sense. Alright. Right, so the flight plan is partly in here. We will have to enter the departing runway and our departure as well. That should be here. We have runway 17 right with the BUSIL 8 Sierra. So SID 17 right. And BUSIL 8 Sierra. So insert, that will be in the flight plan. Then we'll do the same for our arrival. Echo Golf Sierra Sierra, and that was going to be runway 22, so ILS 22. I'm not sure which arrival we had. We got the BANVA 1 Lima arrival, the BANVA 1 Lima. We can just insert that, and everything's looking pretty. Appears to be no route discontinuities. Alright, we can have a look at the rest later. So for the secondary, let's for now just copy the active. Now for the takeoff and approach, let's see how do we do this again. There was a performance calculator up in here, runway 17, and I believe we have 17 right, so that would be 17 right. Runway length 4,000 meters, let's get the weather information. 160 at 2, temperature 28, 1014. And we calculate. Oh wait, that's a little too early. Let's get our takeoff weights as well. Keep against flags, anti-ice none, flaps optimum, specific flaps no. Max will be off for takeoff. Calculate, so it's giving us a V1 speed of 144. Rotate 156, V2 167, flex temperature 50 degrees. flap setting, that's a funny one, 20.5. We'll have a look at that in a little bit. So this data, we need to enter some of these things here. So the flax temperature was 50. So 50 degrees for the flax temperature. Packs would be off. Flaps would be 20.5. We'll enter that in the flaps section. Slope and wind. So the slope is minus 0.4 and the wind is 2 knots. So minus 0.4 at 2 knots. Outside air temperature, I believe it's 28 degrees. So in this aircraft you have to enter the C for Celsius for some reason, otherwise it won't accept. Something to be said about it, you know, that you can mess it up, you know. Like, oh, I thought you meant, no, I thought you meant, you just specified 28C. So I guess there's something to be said for that. So the V-speeds we're getting here, 137, 156, 167. So we should get 144, 156, 167. I think I tend to go with what the FMC is suggesting. So let's just do that. We're going to confirm these speeds. I hope I'm not making a crucial mistake here. Max zero fuel weight 204.7. Well, we'll see about that. Max landing weight, alright. So that's the performance. I think basically that sets up the, that concludes the setup of the MCDU. Been a while since we've flown the MD-11, so I'm quite excited about that. But something maybe a little bit rusty, but hey man, we're here to have some fun with this aircraft, so we will. Alright. So I think everything looks good here, so let's just uncage. I'm not sure, is it the cage I think or the uncage? Both sort of seem to make sense, I guess. Alright, so for the center pedestal, let's have a look. Let's go give ourselves a little squawk. 3121. And we go to transponder. That will be okay for now. So the flaps, that's interesting. This is the dial of flap system. It sort of sets a built-in stop there that you can define for yourself. So in our case, that will be 2025. And I guess it's probably time to start up the engine. So let's have a look here in the overhead. We have a beacon, so let's turn that one on since we are about to start our stuff. Now for the APU. Let's go see APU power. So the APU is now going to start up. Let's see if we can, there we can already hear it. We should be able to see it here, the APU can run at 50% EGT275. We might need... Do we need the fuel pumps? Not sure. APU is available, so let's turn on the APU lead. Now we can turn off the external power. We will also disconnect the external power from here. So let's see, we'll be climbing to flight level 300. I love how fast this thing goes. It's really cool. It's actually disorienting sometimes. It goes so fast. Runway heading for 17 right. Lands here at the airport. 17 right would be heading 173. So let's just enter that here. But we will not be flying heading mode, we will be flying navigation. Okay, let's set the altimeters. 1014. So bear with me if a little bit rusty, I think. But at the same time, just, you know, take your time, I guess. So the engine ignition system will turn that on. So we have our fuel. Let's see the total. 23.2. That would be okay. Stabilizer trim is not set yet. We should have the data here on the takeoff approach. Stabilizer trim should be 5.0. But I don't think we have hydraulics quite yet, so we're not going to be doing this. Now let's first start the engine. But might be forgetting a thing or two, but let's see what's going to happen. So where did we start the engine? Oh, I believe it's all down here, wasn't it? There you go. So engine number 3, let's turn that on. So there goes the N2. Now let's got some fuel in there. Let's set the parking brake. So this is in fact not a real-world operated flight. There are actually real-world operated flights performed by FedEx using the MD-11F from basically in Europe. Well, just not from London, from Lyon, but to London Stansted there is definitely some flights, but they might be from Paris, Charles de Gaulle, and Liège and all those things. I think Liège, Belgium, by the way. All right. Engine number 2. Fuel. So let's arm the vertical and the lateral. So these messages should go in a little bit, the hydraulics and everything. I think they all work automatically in this aircraft. It's actually a pretty cool aircraft. It looks really old school, but it has a lot of Airbus style. I think like systems running in the background. But I'm no expert at all when it comes to all the systems, you know. So take that with a grain of salt. If you take it at all. Alright. What's happening here? Let's get some fuel in there. Emergency lights disarm. Good point. Have a look. So we'll arm the emergency lights. No, not this one. And let's also turn on the seatbelt and no smoking sign. Even though there's no one really flying with us. There could be some people in the back. Let me show you right here. This is where the couch is, the famous couch of the MD-11F and Microsoft Flight Simulator by TFDI design. Really awesome choice. Really awesome choice. Totally love that one. Alright, let's get back. Alright, so we're looking at 3 running engines. Engine 1 is catching up. So we should have the hydraulics APU power is available, so we can turn that off. No smoking is on, seatbelt is on, parking brake is on, APU air is also still on. We'll turn that off momentarily. Now, I came down here to do something else. There we go, yes, the trim. So the trim will be 5, it's now sitting at 3.0. Check. Right, so the engines are done starting up. Let's turn off the APU. APU bleed can come off. APU power. How do we... Oh, I think that actually turns off on its own in this aircraft. Flaps. Alright, so we can now set the flaps. We'll also set the auto brake to reject the takeoff. And the flaps will go to 20.5 for today's departure. So the flaps should be traveling. I forget where is the... Oh, that should be here. Flaps are at 20, but we also have some live visualization or anything. Anyway, so let me know if you think I'm forgetting anything. It's been a while. I've flown this aircraft a couple of times, like in a row, and I think we're looking quite decent, to say the least. I think we should just start pushing back. We have our TCAS, still transponder. We have squawk code. I'm thinking everything looks okay. So let's get our pushback helper. And actually, before we do that, let's see where we are. Because that sometimes tends to determine how you get from A to B, doesn't it? So we'll zoom in here on this map. So we'll push back nose to the left, and we'll get onto Tango Juliet, and then onto Tango. And that should probably take us all the way to our runway 17 right. Okay. So pushback nose to the left, so now we get the pushback helper. And that will attach a tug. I think it's going to be a nighttime landing, by the way, in London. We'll see how that's going to work. Before we continue, let's remove the chocks so we prevent something horrible from happening. And let's also release the parking brake. Let's go reverse. I mean, it has happened more than once to me that I would use the pushback helper. It's off the screen, you cannot see it. And I would start pushing back, but the parking brake was still set, and then the nose would just go up and the tail will strike the tarmac there. Not pretty. Not pretty at all. I think the speed can go up a little bit. I'm too loving those sunlight, the Microsoft Flight Simulator for sure. They're really done nicely. Now this aircraft is really hard to taxi, unfortunately. It's a real drag. Alright, we can stop right here and we'll set our parking brake. And then we can release the tug. I think we should be able to see our tail rudder. Look at that. if we move it around. That's pretty cute. Okay. And runway turn-off lights. And I can put all of these on. on taxi. AP was turned itself off, as I said earlier, so that works out too. I think if we release parking brakes, we should probably see the green box there. Spoilers. Ah, thank you. That's right, we need to arm the ground spoilers, and now we have the green box. It means we're configured. Alright, so parking brake released then, so let's get going. Cool, man. I really like flying this aircraft. For some reason, it feels like I'm in an aircraft when I'm flying this. I don't know why. Probably because it's just so old school. Right, so Tango should be coming up right here. So let's see if we can make anything what resembles a decent turn. Right, not too crazy I think. Just look at the main gear. Well, not too bad. Fortunately, it will be a very simple taxi route. Let's get some more power out of the engines for a bit. Just to get us rolling. Look at it, man, what a beautiful airplane. I cannot get over myself, really. At ground speed 60 knots. Let's get a little bit more fire in there. So 28 knots, 29. So we put the engines to idle. And just see how far we'll roll. So as I said, flight time 1 hour 23 minutes. It's a fairly short flight. I do think, however, looking at the sun, we will be landing in the dark. We're actually using, I think it's actually by Microsoft, but we're using the I think that it's the Microsoft livery, or scenery I should say, for London Stansted Airport. Now this is going to be interesting. Please go straight. Nope. Well, looks like we're going to have to drive straight through them. The speed's actually increasing a little bit. Let's go back to 30. We just pretend this didn't hurt at all. So there's our runway 17 right. So the free speed's a little bit hard to read. 137, 156, 167. Alright, let's clear ourselves to Lyon, and we'll turn on the landing lights. And we'll go TARA. just love this silent humming of the engine. It's actually a super powerful airplane, but when it's on idle, it just sounds lovely. Alright, so for takeoff, the packs were supposed to be off, so let's not forget. Something I mostly forget. And the packs up in here. Should go system. And we turn them off. So this aircraft really protests when you try to turn it. As you can see, it's I go full rudder to the right. But as I said, you probably need some tiller function assigned to it, which I don't. There's simply no space, so just doing it like this. Alright, so let's get this slug onto the runway. And get ourselves to London Stansted. So we already turned off the packs. There's at least 2 other things we need to do before we depart. So basically the aircraft is considered correctly configured right now, but let's first line up. We'll take this, set the parking brake, let's see, we hit the auto flight once, that's for the auto thrust system. And then we'll slowly advance the throttle to about 70%, and from there the auto thrust system should take over, and that should set our takeoff thrust. Alright, so I think we have a timer as well. We just push it, I think. There it goes. Okay, so parking brake released. And let's slowly, oops, I said slowly, get to 70%. There it goes, auto thrust set. So let's get this baby up into the sky and fly ourselves to London. The aircraft's quite heavy. We are carrying 80,000 kilograms or something, or 86,000 I believe. There she goes. Gear up. Have a little look outside. And that is one gorgeous aircraft, I'm telling you. Let's turn on the autopilot, AP1, and we'll re-engage, or turn on the packs again. Then we can disarm the ground spoilers, and the runway turn-off lights, they can be turned off. So this I was not expecting it to take a left turn here. So where the hell is the ticket going? Let's have a look. So let's go direct. Lima 795. Let me just double check. We're nav 1, pitch climb plus 30,000. Transition altitude I believe was 5,000. So let's go, where is it? Standard weather pressure. So 6,000 feet. So we're holding speed 210. And then once we overfly Lima 795, we can go to Danbo and we can climb to flight level 142 and speed 310. So for now we're just taking it easy on the departure. I mean, is that one gorgeous plane or not? Come on, it's beautiful, man. Oh, and these sounds. Just really funking lovely. Alright, on the way to Danbo, so our speed can pick up now. Flat detection. Now, that should be it. Alright, so we're on the way, man. Let's increase the range on our nav display. Top of climb is right there. So the brakes still at takeoff. Then you know smoking and seatbelt signs are still illuminated, and that will be the remainder of the flight. Well, actually, seatbelts we can turn off, but we're not really carrying any passengers anyway. Overspeeding a little bit, 255, below 10,000 feet. Nose is dropping. Let's turn off the landing lights. Let's get the seatbelt sign to auto.
Stabilizer motion.
I just get an eargasm listening to this, man. It's just such a cool sound. Okay, what we're looking at, flight level 126, speed is already 308. We're on our way to BUSIL. Top of climb after MOMIL. Let's just have a look outside again. Oops. Yeah, I was expecting it's going to be dark when we land at Stansted. But since we use a well, let's say like a custom scenery for the airport, for London Stansted. I believe they have night lighting, so that would actually be quite cool. But obviously, like this golden hour type of time, you know, is always just always looks the coolest for us humans. With maybe the exceptions of some. Okay, what we're looking at, flight level 163, speed 308 and holding. The weather radar is off. Well, guess we can turn it on. I'm not expecting any weather. Now if we want to get rid of the no smoking, we could maybe also just put that on auto. It's just us and these chickens. And then at least we've cleaned out everything right there in the window. 18,000. Yeah, cool man, I'm excited to fly this plane again and to land it at London Stansted. And what's also interesting, since I've been trying to use more realistic flaps during final approach. See if we got takeoff approach, we should be able to see it here. So you can choose either flaps 35. It's not showing the 50 option, oh there you go, or flaps 50. I always tend to choose flaps 50, but let's choose the more realistic one, which will be flaps 35. But we're not quite there yet. We're actually still on our way to our cruising altitude, 30,000 feet. But as I said, it's not a very long flight, so probably let's see where the top of descent. I think that's listed quite early on in this aircraft. Performance, climb. It's not yet showing. What it is showing, transition altitude for London, 6,000 feet. Probably since we're not at cruise yet. That's just looking pretty, man. Alright, I will be right back. Just need to step off to the galley for a little minute. Alright, so we're back. Hey Nighthawk, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. So we still have the sun with us, it's always cute. We're at cruising altitude, 30,000. Now, do we have a top of descent? There we go, in 31 minutes. That's good to hear, Nighthawk. Alright, so top of descent 31 minutes. Let's have a look at what we can expect. Well, maybe let's first get the weather information. Actually, I think we should be able to get it through here as well. If we go to performance, we should now have changed to the landing airport. There you go. And our runway was runway 22. Runway condition dry, well, we'll see about that. We got the weather, 23 degrees, 1013. That's actually what we're currently at. Wind 11 knots, coming from 130. Oh, you by the iFly 737 MAX soon. Studying for a job at Ryanair. Oh, that's so cool, man. Yeah, you told me about the home cockpit. How's that coming? Yes, that's going to take a lot, for sure, man. Okay, so 13011. Let's have a look. Weather, let's see, do they have ATIS? Information Bravo. Arriving runway 22. Okay. Let's get the chart, my approach chart. On runway 22, it's a very simple airport. Nice, no bullshit. Final approach course 222, localizer 110.5. I think that should already be automatically in the RadNet page. And the glide slope starts at 2,500 at 6.6 nautical miles from India Sierra X-ray. That's from the actual ILS, or from the localizer, I should say. All right. And our arrival. So we have the BANVA 1 Lima, BANVA Unduk, Mayfield. It immediately makes you think of Curtis Mayfield, who's a very cool soul singer and guitarist. Phaeton. And this will take us, let's have a look at our flight plan now. BANVA, then top of descent, Unduk, Mayfield, VOR, Brooklyn Park, or Brookman Park. Always forget what exactly stands for. Parkway, Basta, Laurel, Brookman's Park, Parkway, and then we'll take a left turn like this to Laurel. Right, we got Basta, Laurel, let's just see, so Basta and Laurel, yes. And then Charlie Foxtrot 22. I'm guessing that's going to be okay. Let's have a look at the nav page. Have the yoke set up, have the EVS, MCDU, that's so cool, man. Ready for overhead penalty live. Purchase seats from, that's so cute, man. You purchase seats, really, that's super cool. The 787 in question is JAT. Oh, that's so nice. Plane will be broken up soon, okay. I'm super happy that I'm able to get my hands on seats from a wheel. Yeah, man. All I have to do is go to Belgrade, but that's not far. That's so cool, man. That is really, really cool. Congratulations. And good luck. It sounds really, I'm happy for you. It sounds really nice, dude. Alright, so let's have a look if we go plan page. This hurts me. This looks really painful. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Parkway to bus stop. Laurel. And then a sharp turn. Alright. See if we can do that. I probably could get away with getting more stuff over 7. Well, you know, try. You're doing it now. So there's no better time than right now. It looks like. I hope you do, man. So what do you think? Is this like too sharp a turn? Are we going to be making this? In my head, this looks like extremely short notice, and then you quickly just have to get in there and land. You know. Look at the crescent moon there. Let's zoom in a little. There's a little moon. So, Buses, this doesn't look very realistic the way it just looks a little weird. Star is an overload procedure to be used only as a structural C, not to be used for flight planning purposes. Alright. Descent planning. BANVA 1 Lima, flight level 200 by Mayfield VOR. Flight level 070 by Laurel. Laurel 70. And the Mayfield VOR 200. Yeah, so they really wanted to go by Laurel, but then why to bus? So that just looks funny to me. Oh, sounds like you've been busy, man. So present 23 minutes. Well, better to be a little bit too small than a little bit too big, I would think. I've flown the 777, I think it was the 777F, so the 777-200 to Belfast City Airport. And then once I was on the way, I realized, this aircraft may actually be a little bit too big for that airfield. But we managed to land actually. That was pretty cool. And there was still some runway left, so I think I'm gonna fly that again one day. Well, I'm sure I'm gonna fly that again on the channel, and just do a proper landing and see if that's going to work. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to go down after Basta. And we'll go from Basta to Laurel and taking us all that way. Maybe it has to do with all the altitude we have to lose. We'll be at flight level 200 at Basta, and Laurel flight level 70. Let's have a look again here at Basta. Is it saying anything? So let's say, for instance, what if we would change the altitude at Basta? Would this line become shorter? That would be really cool. Let's say at Basta we would like to be, wait, let's just double check. Yeah. So let's just say, I don't know, flight level 100. See, where are we coming from? Barkway. We must be, I believe, at 200 at Barkway. No, not necessarily. What if we said, for instance, Barkway 15,000? You think we can get away with that? Oh, I chose the wrong one. Well, let's keep it in, that's okay. Now I chose Brookmans Park. It still looks weird to me, man. Maybe we should just dive in. Coordinate Niche Belgrade, doing a Lufthansa flight right now. Cool. Starting Thessaloniki, arriving in Salzburg. Yeah, Niche. I think I'm gonna fly to Niche on the channel as well. Again, I've flown there once. I'm just gonna see now, let's say, if we go past that 10,000 feet, / flight level 100 at Basta. It doesn't look impressed at all. Alright, just forget it, we'll make it happen. Back to flight plan and back to map view. Top descent 19 minutes. We still have the sun with us. Just a gorgeous plane, guys. Really. I will never stop saying that. Just be warned. Hey, Planet, how are you doing, man? Welcome aboard. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for saying hi and for checking out our flights. Right, so we expect to arrive, what do we have it on runway 22, 1946. So in about an hour. And the top of descent was in about 17 minutes. Fuel 16,400 kilograms. Might that be Charles de Gaulle, or am I like totally off here? Yeah, looks like it, cool. Minutes to top of descent. 10 more minutes until we'll start the descent. So I believe the altitude of the glide slope intercept was 2,500. So I'm just going to put that in the little window up here. What's pretty cool about this aircraft is lots of these systems, like this, looks very much like the Airbus style MCDU, and it does a lot of things for you automatically as well. But the VNAV, when you enter the go-to altitude, basically, if you will, the stop altitude, it will actually, once you overfly the top of descent, it will actually just start descending on its own, just like the Boeing would. It's something I do not see in the other Airbuses, at least the ones that I have. So the A320, A380, I also think it doesn't do it. So that's pretty cool. So that's like definitely a Boeing style thing that's happening there in my field of reference, or frame of reference. 315. 8.27. So I'm definitely trying to get away. Perex 30 nautical miles after Perex so soon, and the descent would be at like before BANVA, shortly after BANVA. So there's the coastline, Western Europe. So look, localizer would be 110.5, and the course 222. One was 05, 222. Airport elevations 348 feet. I'm not sure which category we are. I'm just going to go for 100 feet for the decision output. I'm liking these increments of 10, man. That's really nice. Right, so we have set that up as well. And the QNH was 1013 episode standard. Temperature 21. Cool, this will be the first time that I will use a flap 35 landing on this aircraft. Probably should have done it all the time. But we'll be doing that. Seven minutes to double descent. like straight for the sun. Really, this is one of the cooler aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator and Delicate, man. There's just nobody flying it. That hurts. If you look behind, it's definitely getting dark. We're still flying towards the lights for a little bit longer, and then we'll also be left in darkness for today. Right, so what's the time? 4 minutes to the top of descent, 38, 37 nautical miles to go. So let's get the old funky guitar out. That's not bad. Now, would that be the United Kingdom in front of us? What other island would it be? Lulu X Fox, there's a whole bunch of waypoints here. For us, apply Subip and BANVA. Top descent coming very close, 1 minute, 17 knots come out. Miles, 11 miles. Okay, let's go down. Just see if my sky dolly is still recording. It looks like it. Here we are. So start following the profile to 20,000 and then to 15,000 and so on. And we're actually standing now too. And she becomes all quiet and whispery again. Time 1909. Expect time of arrival 1954. Zero speed 161, approach speed 166. Let's see what the weather is doing. 13011. Doesn't look like that updates. One 60 minutes ago. Coordination was 013, 21 degrees. Still arriving the runway 22. If anything, we might be a little bit high on the descent. Oops, looks like the stream there stopped for the second time. Right, so we already made it to the United Kingdom. So now all we need to do, keep on descending and make sure we land at the correct runway, at the correct airport, and we land in one piece. So Mayfield VOR coming up. So yeah, as I said, I'm really curious how it's going to work out if you look at the arrival chart. So we're now approaching Mayfield VOR, and Raton, Brooklands Park, Barclay VOR, then on our way to Basta, and then we'll take a left turn to heading 187. This looks very nicely here, but on the FMC it looks like a really elongated turn. So yeah, curious to see how that's going to work out. 20,000 feet at Mayfield. The time 1912. There goes our sun. Gave us a lot of energy today. Right, I'll quickly be stepping off to the galley to fill up on my ice tea, so I stay nice and lubricated. So I'll be right back. And we're back. SkyDoll is still recording. And then finally there she goes. Our old sun. So holding at 20,000. Raton, and then Brooklands Park, flight level 150, but I think this is the one we actually set ourselves. Current fuel 13,000. 5222, that's still there. We're now exactly 1 hour into the flight. We're now descending to 15,000. We're flight level 150. I mean, surely we're not supposed to fly like this, right? Is this the go around, perhaps? Holding 50,000. I wouldn't mind if it goes straight down to flight level 100. Let's see. Request Park 3.6. I don't think this is a good idea. After Laurel. Not sure, I believe in this aircraft you do it with all slashes, so centrifix 22 and heading, what, 042? Yes, 042 degrees. Let's give ourselves like 15 nautical miles, might be a bit much. And then can we insert that right there? I like this a lot better. It still looks funky as hell, but at least we have a little bit more headroom there. Barco, you are coming up. So the aircraft back to the old noisy self. Five for 3 miles to go. So the little detour that we're making will cost us like 2 more minutes. Uh-oh, the T-gas. Just go to turn off the T-gas for a bit. Thank you.
Descend, crossing, descend. Descend, crossing, descend.
Alright, so on our way to Boston. So that's the real odd looking shape right here. So basically we take Boston and then you turn left to low to what's it called, Lyon. $30,300. It's telling us to add drag, so let's get the speed brakes out for a little bit. Speed brake retracted. Hey, mostly planes, how are you doing, man? Welcome to the stream, and welcome aboard. We're flying to London Stansted, and we've started our descent. We're now at 11,600 feet. So the aircraft is going to perform this weird little shape that you can use to clean out your ears with. You were at the theme park all day. Oh, that's so cool. How was that? Do you like going in the roller coasters and stuff? Do they have that there? mean, really, what a beauty she is, man. Absolutely gorgeous. Ah, you went on loads of roller coasters. That's so cool, man. Night Hawk, sounds like you were also outside doing things at the tarmac. That's so cool. Alright, what we're looking at, 10,000 feet. Let's turn on the landing lights. Really curious how this is going to work out. But we're just flying it. And we'll see. Feet. Yeah, that sounds like definitely good traffic there for sure, man. Let's also have a look at the airport, so once we land, maybe actually let's get the navigraph. Where is our airport? Echo Golf Sierra Sierra. FedEx Cargo Center, right there, so we will, oops, you load please, thank you. So landing runway 22, and then we'll vacate to the left somewhere, and then we'll come about on the hotel, and that will, what's this mouse doing? That should take us to the cargo center, FedEx Cargo Center, there it is. So vacate to the left. Hey, mostly planes, didn't you tell me when we were flying to Belfast City Airport that when I pulled over there was, I actually pulled over at a spot where there's a ATR standing there at that moment? That's still holding 10,000 feet. Really curious to see how this turn is going to work out. See that in a little bit. Been there for a year already. Oh wow, man. It's nosedive. Okay. So are they going to fix it or? Right, so then buses are coming up, and then we'll turn for Laurel, where we should leave flight level 70. Final approach speed 166. Nobody knows who they're going to fix it. Everybody's asking each other, nobody's deciding. That's a shame, man. I hope the people are no longer in there. I couldn't resist. Alright, let's do this MD-11. Let's see if you're actually going to fly it just like this. Golf Charlie Mike November Kilo. Oh wait, I don't think I can read properly. Charlie Mike Kilo. That's interesting. Starting with a bit of a right turn here. It did a similar thing after takeoff as well. I'm telling you, this is one of the most funky arrivals I've seen. I'm probably just doing something wrong. But it looked like this on the chart, sort of. Oh, and then it was a left turn from Boston, and Boston was actually right here after Barca area one. Probably has something to do with the descent planning. But at least we're on profile, so I'll take it for now. There comes another right turn. Actually getting a little bit low, but that's not too much of a problem. There's something about these night flights, isn't there? Oh, the moon is also going. Oh, goodbye, moon. There's sort of the similar effect to me as like when you place a blanket over the cage with the canary inside. Only difference is the Canary probably doesn't have an ADHD brake. So yeah, that was a really odd turn, be flying like this. Finally back on the track here. See if I can go screw Laurel. Can we just go Bravo 001, the one that's being created off of Sierra Charlie Foxtrot 22. We should be there. Flight level 64. We're already low for 8,000 feet. Let's just try that. There we go. Get the runway turn-off lights. I believe the MD-11 will actually manage the approach speed on its own. Something I do not quite understand. It says here flight level 76, but we're descending below that. It says profile to 348. So thinking it's going to land now maybe? Set the approach land and we arm the localizer and the glide slope. United still 1013. Triple 4 miles and then a right turn. Charlie Foxtrot 22. We do have DME, 23.2 nautical miles. So I'm hoping any moment now the localizer will be intercepted. Let's arm the ground spoilers. So standing by for localizer capture.
Altitude.
Check. The localizer coming here. Localizer capture. Distance 19.7 miles.
2500.
Final approach, man. Let's do this. Yeah, that sounds really good. For sure. Sounds like a dirty robot. .5 nautical miles. So about 3 more miles or so, and then we should be captured by the glide slope. Glide slope's moving. Glide slope capture. No, not yet. Or maybe yes. Let's drop the gear. Flaps 20. Yeah, no, glide slope, dual land. Flaps 28.
1000.
Let's go flaps 35. I am turn off the autopilot.
Glide slope.
Autopilot.
Glide slope. 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 Glide slope.
$500, $400, $300, approaching minimum.
Check. Oh, there was a big stutter there.
Minimum
Good deal.
100, 50, 40, 30,
Idle. Flat.
20, 10.
Oops, that one. Oh, that's a bouncy landing. Oh my god. Glad to get it back onto the runway. Alright, so welcome to London, the Stansted, everybody. We'll get some reversals out. Interesting to see how that's going to look on the replay. As I get to the left, if the aircraft feels like turning, it will be very nice. Nice dark landing, thanks man. That was quite a horrible experience. So here we are, London Stansted. Looks like we're still in one piece. So the FedEx cargo center is over there. It's not over speed. We're doing 33 knots, 34 now, ground speed. So first we mess up the runway, we mess up our plane, mess up the cargo, and then we overspeed. They must love us here. But yeah, it wasn't a very stable final approach, absolutely. But I'm afraid of doing go-around, so I did not do a go-around. Just decided to, well, let's commit, set this sucker down. That's what you're going to end up with. So probably I should just start not being so afraid of the go-around procedure and just start making them part of my standard operations, really. will take me first to the right, and then another one to the right, and then another one to the left. On the left. Let's see, let's go right here. Thanks mostly, Blades. Thanks so much, man. Thanks for joining. Well, the landing could definitely have been better. I've had much better landings with the MD-11, but I will definitely make a replay nonetheless, and we can just see for all eternity how this landing went. Well, thanks so much, dude. And as I promised, we will definitely fly the 777F to Belfast City Airport for sure. I could not hear what that message was. But I don't think the aircraft liked what I was doing there. Okay, and then that would be the first to the left, and that should get us to the FedEx Cargo Center, I think. So as I said, this is a custom scenery for the London Stansted Airport. Brr, brr, flaps. Thanks. Yeah, I probably thought I was going to take off because I think I went a little trigger happy on my thrust there. You know what? Let's settle down here to the right. Because this aircraft is really horrible to taxi. Maybe I should look into think if I have any free keys on my keyboard left, and just do like a tiller control. Maybe that just makes all the difference in the world. Probably still the aircraft as well, but I could always try. It says flaps. Yeah, okay. No, that's strangely for sure. I don't think you'll get any argument for anyone there. But it's a funny voice for sure, yeah. Right, here we are, man. Parked. It looks like we're still alive. It's still saying FedEx and not only X or something, so must have done something good here. Beautiful MD-11. Deeply apologize to the plane for such a careless landing, but here we are. Let's see the sky dolly. Yes, that's still recording. That's cool. Alright, so I can stop that recording, and then we'll have the landing replay in a little bit. Alright, man. So that's it for this stream, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and for the support. I really like it. It's very sweet of you guys. And Nighthawk, you have a good day. Thanks for chilling with us. Mostly Planes, you too. Everybody else as well. The channel has been growing quite a bit. I'm very happy with that, and I hope you all enjoy. Everybody stay funky, keep your loved ones close, man, and I will see you at the next video. Bye bye.